Thanksgiving is coming and I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Super easy to do, follow along and I'll teach you all the right steps. I am going to be teaching you how to look extra glam this Thanksgiving. Come closer and I'll take you along. First thing we have to do is we're going to be working in our brows. I like to first do my brows with a little bit of a wax. You're gonna grab it, grab the wax, and I'm going to be applying the wax, giving a lifting effect into the eyes and brushing it up like this. Concealer I'm going to be using is the Tarte Shape Tape. I love this concealer. I've been using it for so long and I have to tell you guys, is absolutely one of my favorites. The brush I'm using an angled brush. And this type of brush, it's so easy because they basically help you keep your lines very defined. I have it like this. I'm going to go in with a beauty blender and I'm going to be dabbing it into the eye. I like to get whatever I have left to kind of just put it right in the center. And it kind of just frames my brows a little bit more. I like a very squared brow finish here in the center. And I'm going to be filling in my brows just so they could have a little bit more definition. And I like to do this with shadow versus gel or a pomade. I feel like the shadow, it's always so much more natural and it looks more like your own hair. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to be teaching you today a technique that I use that is super easy for you to follow along. The first shade you always want to look whenever you're doing a makeup, you're going to look for a shade that is called a transition shade. And this transition shade should always be matte and it should never have glitter. For today's look, since it's Thanksgiving inspired, I'm thinking of a lot of warmth, a lot of oranges, a lot of like earthy tones. So I'm definitely going to be using this palette. This one is from Dose of Colors. And I'm going to be working on these tones. The tone I am going to be working on for transition shade, I really want to go in with this one first. I feel like it has such an orangey and peachy at the same time type of vibe. I'm gonna grab just a little bit and I'm going to be working it right on the outer corner of my eye, moving slowly in to the crease. Also, if you have hooded eyes like me, I am going to be showing you how to make your hooded eyes pop the best way possible. Now I'm changing my brush to a blending brush that's clean. And what this is going to do is you're going to start blending the outer of the color. You never want to start blending here what you just applied, because if you just keep on blending there, then it's basically you did it for nothing. You always want to blend the edge of the color, never the root of the color. You're gonna deposit the color on the outer corner like this. Once you have a good color payoff, then you're gonna slowly start blending that outer color all the way in. Now you're gonna go in with the other brush that's more clean. I call this my eraser brush. And what this is going to do is basically going to blend the colors for you. So you want to make sure that you blend it all very nicely, but never, remember that, never touching the outer corner. So remember, you only want to blend the edge, never the outer corner. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm going to start adding a little bit more definition into my outer corner. So for my outer corner, I am going to start to be going in with this color. This color is a little bit more of a burgundy shade. I'm going to be also adding it to the outer corner. Now, a thing with my eye is you really have to lift a little bit here, because since my eye is hooded, a lot of the time the shadow, once I open my eyes, you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to be going in right into the outer corner, adding it right on the crease, and I am going to be depositing it a little bit before I actually blend it. And I am going to go in right into the crease. Now with my clean brush, I'm going to go in and I'm going to be blending the top together. So we blend the transition with the deeper color. So I'm going to go in with a clean matte shade. I usually like doing this with a beige color. With a little bit of this color, and I'm going to be adding it right into the top of the brow. I'm going to be grabbing a little bit of my concealer, and I'm going to be doing a little cut on the eyes. Especially if you have hooded eyes, I highly recommend you do this step, because it's going to make your eyeshadow so much nicer, and it's also going to make it pop a little bit, and it's going to give the appearance that your eye is bigger. So what I just did now is I applied a little bit of concealer on both of my eyes, and I'm just going to open my eyes and I'm going to look directly forward. Another thing I like to always do is I like to look up, like when someone calls you. And what this is going to do is going to give you a guide in order for you to do your crease cutting so much easier and so much more defined. Once I do this, guiding myself by the guide I just created and connecting it, and then slowly bring it down. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna go right in and I'm going to get a clean brush, and I'm going to start blending the outer shade of the cut crease, and I'm going to start blending the edge of the line, just so that everything is nice and blended. I would love to know if you guys have any Thanksgiving tradition with your family. We don't really have an actual tradition, but we basically get together on Thanksgiving and have dinner and kind of just have a good time together, especially with my kids. I feel like it's a beautiful opportunity to be together. For this look, I definitely want to go into a gold. I feel like Thanksgiving reminds me of like almost Christmas, but it's still not Christmas. So I'm going to be first adding it right here into the eyelid. Look at this gold, how beautiful, guys. I will show you now. This gold is from a Huda Beauty palette I have from a couple years ago. This is the gold I'm using, and it is from this palette. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a liner, and I'm going to be doing a liner with the same angled brush I had used earlier, and this is going to make it nice and precise. And the type of wing I'll be doing today, lately I've been working a lot on a smoked out wing, which is basically a more softer finish on a wing than the traditional wing. And I'll show you guys how I do it. Setting this eyeliner we just did so that it's nice and matte. And what this is going to do is going to make your liner stay on all night. A little bit of the black shadow. And I'm going to start creating an imaginary line in the outer corner, slowly going up. And I'm going to start blending it in and out. Just a little bit of the black on the outer corner, elongating it out. After I do that, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go ahead and with a wiping, I am going to start cleaning the outer, creating a wing like that. I promise it looks messy, but I promise that everything, once it's all done, it's not going to look messy at all. This, I like how it's looking. I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara, and then I'm going to be wearing lashes for this look. So I'm very excited for this part because Lily Galici went ahead and sent me a lot of her lashes, which I am so excited for that, and I cannot wait to try them. I'm in between these three that I have here. So let me see. I think I'm going to be going with this one because it has my son's name. It's called Milan, and you guys know I cannot resist myself. This is how they look. They look so beautiful. The good thing about these lashes is that you can definitely wear these up to 25 wears with the proper care, meaning that whenever you take them off, you basically put them back in the box and you take really good care of them by cleaning the lash and all of that. If you're interested in knowing how I do that in order for my lashes to last, let me know and I could definitely create a video showing you guys how I do it. Look at how pretty these lashes are, guys. They are just so pretty. Beautiful. So yeah, I definitely have to cut it because you guys see how it droops down. So I'm going to go And I'm just going to cut one. So lashes are in. We're gonna be working now on the face. For primer, we're going to be using my all-time favorite primer. I've been using this primer for the past year. This is a Dior serum and it's so amazing. I highly recommend this if you have sensitive, or I would say dry skin. It is so amazing. It makes your skin literally glow from within. I just love it. I know this product could be a little expensive, guys, but I honestly recommend you to put it on your Christmas list this year. And I promise you, you won't regret it. For foundation, I am going to be wearing the Dior Skin Glow Forever. I've been loving this foundation lately. It makes my skin really nice. It also lasts a very long time. And I have very dry skin, so obviously I wouldn't recommend this foundation if you have more oily prone skin. But if you have normal to dry, this foundation could benefit you really nicely. And super important to always bring it all the way down. I am going to be contouring now with my Makeup Forever HD. I really love this contouring. It is cream based, but I really love how it makes my skin super defined and super nice. And I'm also going to be adding a little bit on my forehead to give myself a little bit more of a tan. You guys know that I'm very pale, so I always like to give myself a little bit more definition by contouring my face and also giving it more color. I'm going to be adding a little bit also on the jawline. Now I'm going to be doing on my nose contouring, and I am going to be making my nose more slimmer and defined, because this step to me it's so important, guys. My makeup is not finished without a nice nose job. Basically, I'm going to go in with this concealer from Tarte. I have a little bit left, but this one is a very true tone concealer. This one is not to brighten. This one is just to basically conceal any under eye I have from not sleeping the amount of hours I should be sleeping. I feel like between being a mom and having two businesses to run, sleeping is right now like winning the lottery, honestly. Start doing a little cut here with the concealer, and I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side. Like this. I'm now going to go in with my sponge. Now, something very important with sponges, you have to make sure that you always dab in and that you never move the product around. That is something I see a lot when I do my makeup classes with the students. They usually like to move around the product when using something like this instead of just dabbing it in. I'm going to be going with a lighter concealer, and this one is to basically highlight. I'm going to be doing on the nose, on the chin. You guys hear my dogs. I have, by the way, 4 dogs. So if you, like me, are a dog lover, you are in the right spot. I honestly have a little obsession with dogs, but I am not keeping anymore because it's just a lot in order to maintain them, keep them clean, feed them. It's honestly another full-time job. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to be pressing it in again with a sponge. Guys, this part you want to make sure that you do it nice and I would say and sleek, in the sense that you have to be very precise because you really don't want the highlighting to go nowhere else than the under eye, and you want to make sure that you also don't ruin your eyeshadow, because a lot of my students sometimes when they do this part they're not precise enough and they tend to take away from the eyeshadow. So remember, you're not gonna touch the eyeshadow, you're just gonna basically blend everything here and lift it up, okay? I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side. I love it. I love it when it looks like this. I'm starting to look nice and bright and illuminated. I have a hair here. How did that get there? I swear, my hairs get to go anywhere. And I don't know, they kind of just, they go all over the place, honestly. So remember guys, what I'm doing, it's a lot of dabbing motions. And this is what's going to make your makeup stay on longer. It's gonna make it look so much nicer and so much more flawless. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I grabbed a little bit of the one that I did on the center, and whatever extra I have here, I basically took it up just to highlight the top of my forehead. I have a very small forehead, so I like to do this, and I kind of just then blend it with the bronzer or the contour. Obviously, if you have a bigger forehead, then you could definitely skip that, but it all depends on the face shape that you have. I'm going to be incorporating it. Ooh, that looks yummy. It makes me want to eat it. I'm gonna add a little bit on both sides. I might even add a little bit here in the nose and a little bit on the chin. We're going to be setting the face with the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm going to be using the color 10. And I'm going to be setting all the under eye, going up, line down like this. That is going to help me with my nose contour. I love doing this and just leaving this like this a little bit on the nose. And I'm also going to be setting the chin. I'm going to be setting my face with the Sephora powder in 25, and basically all the other areas that I didn't apply the setting translucent powder. The thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be grabbing a little bit of this contour powder, and I'm basically going to set the contouring I did with the cream. Something super important is that whenever you use anything liquid or cream, you must always set it with a powder in order for it to not leave your face and in order for it to last all day. I like to get a little bit of the loose powder, and I'm going to be cutting grabbing a little bit of the same contouring shade. I am using this palette from Smashbox. It's the Halo Smashbox, and I love this palette. They sent it to me a while ago, and I'm going to be applying this one on the outer corner. I think they sent me this, I would say, during summertime that it came out, and I have to say I am obsessed with this palette. By the way, thank you Smashbox, because that was the first brand that ever sent me something like for free, like PR. They were the first ones to ever send me anything for free. So I'm forever grateful for them. I've always been a huge fan of Smashbox, so I've always used their products, so I would always mention them and tag them, and they finally one day gave me the opportunity to send me stuff. So I'm extremely grateful for that, and for all the brands that are like thinking of me and sending me stuff. It's still very little of them, but I know eventually I'll have more send me stuff so I could come here and try them and just share with you guys. Everything that I honestly use is because I truly love it and I truly use it on myself and on my clients. So I would never promote a certain brand here or in my Instagram if I truly don't love it. So next I'm going to be putting on some blush. Obviously the blush I'm going to be putting on, is mine. I am going to be putting it on. I have two colors of blushes, but the color that I'm going to be using today is this one, that it has a coral vibe to it. Super like soft and effortless, so I'm gonna be putting it on. I also have one that's more pinky, but for today's look I feel like this one is gonna be it. You guys see it has like such a pretty peachy vibe for this look. Look at that. Adding a little bit also on my nose, on my lips, and on my chin. Close the eyes with whatever I have left over from the eyeliner. I'm going to be applying it inside the waterline. And now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be basically connecting the outer eye a little bit in. Remember, I also haven't added any more eyeliners, whatever I had left. What I am going to be doing now is I'm going to be going in with a small tapered brush to go in with this small tapered brush. A little bit of the same burgundy we had used earlier, and I'm going to be setting it with the black shadow. And I want you guys to look how pretty this looks. You guys, give your hands up for this cutie. Isn't she the cutest of them all? This is Bubbles. This is, I would say, the smallest puppy we have. Well, technically she's no longer a puppy because she's already like a year old. But she is the one that is always inside the house with us. She sleeps with me and Serena and the baby, and she's the cutest. She's the cutest of them all. Say hi, Bubbles. Say hi. Say hi, everyone. You have to watch my tutorials. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing, I'm going to be adding on highlighter. Let me tell you guys, this highlighter is the prettiest thing on earth. It is like a mirror. They sent it to me on my BoxyCharm on my Etsy, and it's from Iconic London. Look how beautiful. I am going to be putting it on right here. Look at that. How gorgeous this is. I'm going to be also adding it on the tip of, oh, I just died. A little bit here and here and a little bit here. Going to be trying this lip liner from Sephora that it looks like this. The color of this lip liner is nothing but nude. So I'm gonna go in and I'm going to be lining my lips first. I feel like it makes it look so much fuller and plumper. I actually like this lip liner a lot. I hadn't tried it. I bought this lip liner a while ago, but I never had the chance to try it. So for lips, I'm going to be using my liquid ultra soft lipstick. It looks like this. This color I love. It's a very nice nude. The color of it, it's Shy, and I feel like it's such a beautiful and natural nude. Especially for looks like this, I feel like it's just the perfect color. So I love the finish of these ultra soft lipsticks I have. The finish is very soft, very hydrated. It is not matte. These are not matte. That is why they're called ultra soft, because they don't leave the lips dry. So they do leave the lips super hydrated, which I like a lot. Now, I am a gloss girl, so I feel like it wouldn't be me if I don't add a gloss. This lip gloss is from MAC. I've had it for a while, and I feel like it gives the perfect touch to any lipstick, because it doesn't really change the color. It just adds like that little to it to make the lips more juicy and like plumper, which I love. Last thing I'm going to put on is my Caudalie Elixir. I love putting this on after I do my makeup because I feel like it just adds I love how it's a little minty. I feel like it just refreshes my skin. Also smells like so amazing. And now I am going to be doing my hair, which is a hot mess. And I'll show you guys how I do that. Okay, my loves, so I'm going to be showing you one easy hairstyle that you can do at the house now for Thanksgiving. So the first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to grab this, and you're going to be putting it on just to make sure you don't have any flyaway. Bubbles, I can't carry you now because I'm going to be using a hot tool and I do not want to burn you. Okay guys, the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be grabbing a little bit of the hairs on the front like this, and I'm basically going to leave them out because these are all going to be outside. So I'm going to be grabbing the hair and brushing it up. Like this. You want to make sure you do a ponytail like right in the center of your head, and you're going to grab a ponytail scrunchie like this, and you're basically going to secure the hair. Pick it up in a ponytail right in the center of the hair. Now I love this hairstyle on shorter hair because I have so much hair that I feel like for me it makes it difficult, but I promise you that if you don't have a lot of hair and yours is shorter, you'll love this hairstyle because it's fast, it's easy, and but look at this, look at Mufasa with all these hair. Okay guys, so the next thing you're going to be needing is a little clip like this. I feel like these little clips are super trending right now and it's going to be perfect for the look. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to twist your hair like this. You're going to twist. On me, I'm going to twist more than once, but you might just have to twist one time. And right here in the center of the crown, right here, you're going to grab your clip and you're going to put it there like that. And then once you have it, make sure that it's in the center. Once you have it, you're gonna grab all these little hairs here and you're going to curl them a very small barrel size like this one, and I'm going to start curling it. Hi Bubbles. I'm going to start curling it. ¿Qué pasó? Like this. Oh my god, so cute. You curl all of that. I'm going to go in with this product. This is a little wax. I'm going to put it on my hands and I'm going to rub it together like this. And I'm going to first add a little bit here in the front. And what this wax is going to do is it's going to make all the hair stay super nice and sleek. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically just go randomly around the little curls that we just did, just to make sure that you don't have any of them sticking out or like super frizzy, because you really want it to be super nice and defined, especially here since I have layers. It could come up a little bit more. I'm gonna grab like the last one with a bobby pin. I'm going to like incorporate it in here because I want this center here to be nice and like full. I'm going to curl together because this is like the entrance of the hair. And this one I'm going to curl, but I'm not going to curl so tight. So then I'll put this one up. So you guys, this is a final look on my Thanksgiving inspired glam. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you guys try it out at the house. I think it's such a pretty look for Thanksgiving. The colors are very Thanksgiving with the warms, the oranges, the gold. Is just, I love it. I love how it came out. I wanted to do something very fun for the hair and I feel like this is super fun and trendy at the same time. So let me know if you were there to try this out and let me know if you liked it or if you learned anything, as well as what other look you want for me to show you guys on the channel.